Hi, everybody. So, after a weekend of no Donald Trump, uh, a last week of no Donald Trump, and some fake old photos to try and convince like this proof of life type thing, and then the most media savvy president who has never seen a camera or a microphone that he doesn't speak into suddenly became very camera shy and not speaking to anybody at the golf course in the one photo or like two photos that he was actually caught on camera. Not looking well either, by the way. So he comes out late tonight, and there is this. So at 2 p.m. tomorrow, the president makes an announcement. Now, I don't know how these are usually issued, but it is interesting to me they don't specify President Trump will be making an announcement, because usually when you hear the talking heads on Fox News say that, they always put him on there. So what is this about? Speculation in the chat. Please hit like and subscribe. And now let's go over some things this could possibly be about, because there's a lot of weird stuff going on that this could tie into. One, of course, potential could be Venezuela. This isn't as widely known. However, it is a fact that we have warships or naval vessels that are soon to be off the coast of Venezuela. They have said that they're going to strike cartels and drug gangs. However, we have naval warships soon to be off the coast of Venezuela. And it's been a rumor off and on for a little bit for the last week or 2 weeks that we may be starting a war with Venezuela. To go further, here's a little bit of a news snippet to bring everybody up to speed on the whole Venezuela thing. President Donald Trump's deployment of warships off the coast of Venezuela and authorization for the use of force against drug trafficking organizations is fueling speculation of potential military action looming in South America. However, the White House's moves also speak to a broader shift in policy focus under Trump's America First movement that envisions the Americas as a whole as part of the U.S. zone of interest, an outlook reminiscent of the 200-year-old Monroe Doctrine that served as the basis for U.S. intervention against European colonialism and communist expansion across the region. That was a mouthful. But yeah, it was a thing. It was President Roosevelt kind of, and obviously Monroe, kind of instituted. It was like the Western Hemisphere is sort of the U.S. playground. Everybody else stay out. And I guess they're trying to revive that a little bit, along with possibly striking inside Venezuela. Another interesting thing that it could be about is the leaked documents about the Gaza plan. That is a voluntary resettlement. It's about a 30-page PowerPoint presentation talking about how they intend to redevelop Gaza after they remove all the pesky Palestinians. Let's take a look at this a little bit. Here we have a very interesting from The Guardian. Leaked Gaza Riviera plan dismissed as insane attempt to cover ethnic cleansing. Prospectus proposes forced displacement of entire population and puts territory into U.S. trusteeship. So we would own Gaza. And here's a nice little AI rendering of what we could turn it into, which looks absolutely insane. Plans circulating in the White House to develop the Gaza Riviera as a string of high-tech megacities has been dismissed as an insane attempt. On Sunday, the Washington Post published a leaked prospectus for the plan, which would involve the forced displacement of Gaza's entire population of 2 million people, but the territory into U.S. trusteeship for at least a decade. The Great Trust, Gaza Reconstitution, Economic Acceleration, and Transformation Trust. Awesome. This is nuts. This is completely nuts. Now, finally, what else could this be about? Well, of course, the big one in the room, there are two: military deployment into Chicago, and of course, J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance had this little nugget the other day. J.D. Vance says he's ready to take over from Trump, how VPs assume presidency. So yeah, J.D. Vance, we've talked in videos how J.D. Vance's profile has been raised. Stephen Miller's attached to the hip. Trump doesn't look good. And yeah, that's a whole nother video. But suffice to say, for whatever reason, the profile of JD Vance is being advanced. They're trying to push him. Here's the other option. And it's just kind of right there, right? It's just out there. Chicago braces for federal immigration enforcement operation while Trump criticizes local officials. This is, all of it is just crazy and dangerous. However, this is probably, again, done videos, but DC is technically within his purview, but any other U.S. city is not. So this is just to get us used to seeing military in the streets of an American city. That's all this is about. See if he can get away with it. Now, why do I think it's these things? This little thing that's happening on Wednesday, which obviously they don't want to get any type of oxygen. They do not want this. House Oversight is convening a private roundtable with survivors of Epstein's abuse. And the Epstein files are starting to be released based on a subpoena from the House Oversight Committee. So the stuff is going to start coming out. So just expect things to get even more insane, even more crazy, and them to push the envelope of what they can do to distract away from this. As always, if you have made it to the video this far, please hit like and subscribe. I really do appreciate if you've watched this video. If you don't think any of these options are what he's going to talk about tomorrow, please drop what you think it is in the comments and we can discuss it. Talk to you soon. Bye.